And we are back again in Farm Sim 22, back again in Elmcreek. And I've got to say, after wandering around this yard for the last couple of minutes, oh, it's nice to be back. We spent some time away from Elmcreek as we completed it. We've been off and done other maps. I've been trying to think of a reason why a majority of us have been doing farming, and I've been doing this multiplayer farming for the last 18 months now, pretty much non-stop. Why all of a sudden over the last couple of months none of us have been going on? And I think it's the farms. I think a lot of the farms in Farm Sim 22, as good as they are, haven't got soul, if that makes any sense. I think this is the only farm that has. Really enjoyed doing Crayback, really enjoyed doing Old Stream, but this is the only one that has actually got something that draws you back to it. I love this yard, I love the big fields, it's just so nice. So decided for our potentially last couple of streams, before we do take a break from farming, although that may not be a thing, that we come back and do Elmcreek. So pretty much loaded up the last time we were here, and a lot of the fields, as you can see from how we left it, have already been harvested. We do own every single field on the map. There are some though that still need to be harvested, so we harvested them all with the idea that we wouldn't be coming back. So we harvested them, completed the map, left. So farmland, we own everything, so nothing else to buy. But decided to come back. So a couple of fields that need harvesting. So that's going to be confused. That's going to be confused. How is it 5 months? It feels like 5 seconds. Thank you very, very much for your support. Confused. It is much appreciated, and people do stick around to sort of find us and then stick around that long. It's awesome. Thank you very much indeed. So I'm going to go down and harvest field 68, 69, because that's going to take a while. We're going to go big. We spent the last couple of months using small equipment, small combines, which has been great, and I've really enjoyed using the small stuff as we had. I've never been a fan of the large tractors, but it is going to be quite nice to get back into something rather large. So we'll go and hook up to one of these trailers, of which we have many. It's getting used to all this equipment again. You know, Crayback we had one combine and like 3 trailers. It's just getting used to having all this, which, you know, when we go back to 19 and the Valley of the Old Farm, you know, we ended up with a lot of equipment, but it didn't stop us from farming. So having a lot of equipment on this, in theory, you know, shouldn't stop us from farming. But we only stopped because we bought everything. Well, doesn't mean we should necessarily stop though. So we'll take this down to the field. So we did most of these when we finished last time. So this field here has been done. I think we could probably cut across, couldn't we? Because the field we want to do is over there. So let's do that. Because the field I want to tackle is this one. So if we park up the tractor there, and then we'll run back and grab a combine. I actually bought, just before the stream started, a trailer that I could have put the combine on, but then forgot all about it. We could try it, couldn't we? Let's try it. Let's grab another tractor, one of the farm tractors, and see if we can load the big combine onto this expandable trailer thing that we bought. What can possibly go wrong? And see if we can pull it down there. That'll be a whole adventure. which would have saved me having to run all the way back to the farm. That's fine. A bit of early morning road running. Am I running on the correct side of the road? Yeah, I am. Actually, you should run towards traffic, shouldn't you? Which is always a scary prospect when you're running on the road. There's cars coming towards me. They're going to kill me. I've always found this area of this map quite laggy. I think we got a lot of stuff on the map and in the yard. A lot of stuff on the map and in the yard. So it doesn't exactly run as smooth as some of the other ones have done. Right, let's see if we can find a tractor that will pull it. Oh, I forgot we had the fast track. Okay. Let's go and grab this trailer. Which there's two versions of this. One European spec and one a US spec. So I got the US spec one because it's longer. Now I've got to try and get it reversed back out there. That's going to be interesting. Okay, we'll try that. Oh, this thing's got the stupid all-wheel steering thing turned on as well. Okay. How good is my reversing skill? Can we get it around there without clobbering everything? Hey, not bad. Right, let's go down here to where the combines are. We'll park this up over here out of the way. Right, let's go into the menu then. How do we... Okay, all right, that is quite long. Okay, drop the ramps. Open cover. Well, I did. Oh, that's extending the... Okay, so the ramps are now getting wider. That's a thing. And... Oh, that's open. Oh, there's a ramp at the top. Well, that's doing that. Okay, that's also a thing. Now, how do we... Oh, hello. Okay, that's quite wide now. But is it going to be wide enough to get the class combine on? It's going to be so weird being in these large combines again. Okay, that's why this thing starts. It's been here for a few months. Oh, no, there we go. Okay. Alright, will this thing fit on that trailer? No, I don't know. Okay, well, it fits. How's my morning been? Good. Well, yeah, it fitted. It definitely fitted. Okay, so now we should be able to remember what the controls are. So close the ramps. And strap it down. Okay, that's strapped. Well, that is quite strapped down now. Right. Now. Oh, shouldn't have done that, should I? Hang on. Bear with me, caller. What I need to do now is unattach that. Go and grab the header for that. By the time I've faffed around doing all this, I could have just run back and driven the combine down, but it's the whole chat. Hang on, that header. That header. Not doing corn, we're doing the big stuff, aren't we? That one. So in theory, we should be able to hook this on behind that trailer, if I've configured the trailer correctly. Yeah, it has got a rear hitch. Okay. So, now we've got to go and hitch this back up to that. And now reverse that. Mr. Rock on. Back to that. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay, into reverse. To a point where hopefully it will give me the hitchy up signal. Yes, it does. Oh, look at that. The poor JCB. How's this? Is this thing actually going to cope with pulling? That's that's got to be a picture, isn't it? It's only a little long. I don't know how this little JCB is going to cope with it. Right then, let's see if we can get it down to the field. How the hell am I going to get out of the... I might have to... I've got to plan my way out, ain't I? Because long load and all that. If I came up here... I'm probably not going to be able to swing it round to get up the ramp and get out there. I'm certainly not going to get out of that way. I think the only way out, because I am so long, I'm going to have to come out of here. Yeah, out of here, straight up that ramp, out onto the main road, turn left. Okay, hi Aaron. Okay. Again, I could have just run up, got in the combine, and driven it back down to the field. So I've got to swing this thing around now. Have I been? In all honesty, a little bit under the weather the last couple of days. I haven't been my normal self on the streams, and ended quite early yesterday. Feeling a lot better today. Oh, okay. Well, we made it out of the farm. Now we got to try and avoid the lamppost and make it down to the field. Yeah, this is flat out. Can't see anything out the mirrors, just see mirrors full of combine. Yeah, we just take the middle of the road. The steering's a little bit light, surprisingly, but the JCB's doing it. It's definitely doing it. I don't think we can cut across that field, though. I think we might have to go down the bottom to the main road and then hook a right and then go to the bottom of the field over there. But it's actually pulling it at 40 miles an hour, which is slightly scary. Okay, so our field is the one the other side of here. We've got our tractor and trailer parked up over there. Because this thing's so long, I could have probably got the tractor on it as well. So I could have brought a tractor down with me. Okay, so here's the bottom of our field. If we unhook the back one. Is that the right way round? Yeah, sure, I'll get him in there. And then pull forward. Okay, then undo the straps. Lower the ramp. There we go. Turn off the JCB. That's a long way up those steps, isn't it? Clamber up there. I'm on my own. Yeah, don't know if anybody else will join me. But at the moment, all by myself. Okay, yeah, it is nice to be back on Elmcreek. So there is a larger version or an extended version of this map as well. Okay, we'll go down to the corner here. No, it's not too wide. Honestly, it's fine. Oh, apart from the fact I just clouted my own tractor. Don't worry about that. Or was it a tree? I might have hit one. It was one of those. Oh, there's a tree there again. For that. I was trying not to hit the sign. I think the sign's just gonna... Yeah, that's good. Alright, we'll start here. Deforestation. Right, on how do I that? It just feels really weird being back in something large. Oh, that rose up. Unfold that. No, that's the same one. Lower that. Turn it on. And go. Harvesting has begun. So yeah, I mentioned the last few days, this is going to be the final, well, sorry, penultimate farming stream in multiplayer. Because basically everyone in the farming group, those of us that have been on the farm, has lost interest, with the exception of Ed. No one comes on the farm between streams, and including myself, I don't really get the time. So decided to, knock it on the head, call it a day. Ed has decided he wants to keep the server, even if it's just him that uses it, or it just happens to be used for streams. I do find farming quite relaxing, but it's only worked, and the reason it has worked for the last 18 months or so is when there's been that multiplayer feel to it, when we've all been on doing stuff for the cause of the farm and to progress, and we've all got an interest in it. But as that's waned the last few months, it doesn't feel as though there's anything sort of dragging anybody back to it. So hence the reason to stop it. I did say last night there'd be no stream today. I wasn't feeling 100% yesterday, not the last couple of days, if I'm honest. I woke up this morning feeling a bit better, so I thought I'd stream and then do a longer stream. If only had a cross-platform server. We talked about that initially, Aaron. When this first released, I honestly thought there'd be a lot of interest in people wanting to join us on the multiplayer farm, on the PC version, and if there was enough interest, then we could have done a secondary cross-platform server for people that wanted to play on console. But there was no interest. We can't even get the people that we've got on in the farm to come on. So it's a shame, really. And I do miss these big fields. It's been great on Crayback, going back to basics, small equipment, starting out small. But I do miss a large field. And I was thinking about this morning. Someone yesterday, I think, said about go back to FS19. And I was trying to think as to what it was that made the valley, the old farm, the farm we spent so much time on in FS19, what made it special. And I think it was a combination of starting out with small equipment, having a lot of people on the farm on a regular basis, and big fields. So even fields that when we finished the valley didn't seem like they were big fields ended up feeling like big fields because we had smaller equipment. So we would spend a couple of hours doing what we thought was a large field, because the equipment was smaller. When we moved to Crayback recently, although we were using small equipment, the fields were small. So it meant that although it was taking you a time to do a field, it wasn't taking enough time, if that makes sense. So I think it's having a map that gets the balance right between having a large enough field that when you get large equipment, it's still enjoyable, but having small enough fields that when you get small equipment, it feels large enough that it takes time. And I think Elmcreek ticks all the boxes. There's multiple sized fields that work well with smaller combines. There's big fields like this. You can quite happily trundle around with big combines. There's everything. Yeah, Mr. Rock On, it's one of those things that I think once you've done it with an online group and on a multiplayer farm, it's really tough to go back to single player. It's different when, like this, I'm on a multiplayer farm on my own. That's fine. But when it's just you, it can be tough. Right, I'm actually going to stop there pop my thing out, empty into a trailer as I'm going past it. And like a lot of things that we've been doing as a community, you know, I've been doing this for, what, 6 years now. We've always had, apart from the last probably 6 months, a lot of people interested in doing a lot of the multiplayer stuff. So we've generally been oversubscribed to it. The last 6 months we've been undersubscribed. So, which is why it's been difficult doing multiplayer stuff. The Ghost Crew, thank you very much for the follow. This has been the one constant. This has been the one where we've had a few people on doing it. And from my point of view, from a multiplayer gaming point of view, it doesn't matter if I'm on my own or if there's 2 of us, 3 of us, 4 of us, 5 of us, 8 of us. It's still enjoyable from a multiplayer streaming point of view. And very relaxing. So it's a tough call for me to say we wouldn't be doing it anymore. Hi Nuka, yeah, doing good, thank you all. Sunday morning, trundling around a field. So hopefully now we can get another lap done and get back to the trailer. I did pick quite a large field to start with. You can ask a question, as long as it's nothing too taxing on a Sunday morning. So what you almost need, I'm just thinking about that convoy thing I did on the way down. What I need is that class trailer that I'm putting the crop into with a tow bar on the back. Because then what you could do is you could hook up your tractor, put your combine on the trailer, put the trailer behind it, and then put the combine header behind that. If you've enjoyed FS19, then the jump to FS22, from a graphical point of view, from an audio point of view, is a no-brainer. My only caveat would be careful of some of the things that have been put into 22. We certainly, as a community, have turned 99% of them off. We don't have the effects. We don't have the effects of seasons turned on. We just have the visuals. We don't have snow turned on. We turned off the stone clearing. We turned off periodic ploughing. We turned off lime. We turned off weeds. Production can be brilliant for making money, because that's the big feature in 22. However, some of it I just feel shouldn't be here. It's a farming game or sim, and to have, you know, places where you can make furniture and clothing just feels a bit odd. I'm guessing so. I haven't played this on console since 19, basically, on the Xbox One. So yeah, we got a lot of production going on this map, and it's great for making money. But it does sort of take away from the farming thing. You know, I enjoyed it on Crayback having no production, which made it tough to make money. But I think having a map with no production, but having larger fields, I think is the balance. And I like this map because you haven't got, you know, you've got space around all the fields. You can get to them. There are trees around, but they don't really inhibit your ability to get on and off the fields. We've tried a load of other maps, which is what, our 6th map since the release of the game, and I think this is the one that's the best one, and it's a default map. You know, what have we tried? We've tried Crayback, Oldstream, Hout Bayron, I can't remember. Elmcreek, obviously, and some other ones. I can't remember their names. They've got names. There's the one that's completely out of scale. The British one. Which just felt wrong. But yeah, I really like Elmcreek. Right, we're 74% full. We should get back round to our trailer over there. Hopefully. Yeah, I wouldn't dream of going back to an older one. Someone in the community went back to 19 recently, and it just felt so odd. You know, I missed the valley, but I couldn't go back. I've got so used to the visuals and the audio in this that it would definitely be a backward step. Certainly not back to far. I don't think I ever played 15. I may have done. I started on 17. We started streaming on 17. Obviously did a lot in 19. Right, trailer's over there, so we'll certainly make it back to it. I just hope we get a lot more decent maps. So the one thing we've learned to avoid in this, and advice to anybody that's looking for maps for 22, my personal opinion is avoid anything that has been brought over from 19, because the scaling's different. The vehicles are larger, the equipment is larger in 22 than it was in 19. So if you put a 22 combine into a 19 map, it feels huge, which is what the problem was with that English farm, I can't remember the name of, that we went to in this. You know, the gates were coming up halfway up the wheel of the tractor. And the fields, even when we went back to Goldcrest, that's what we've done. We went back to Goldcrest, which I originally did in 17 and loved. It just felt odd because the scaling was wrong. Yeah, I would certainly recommend Oldstream Farm. That's done really well. It's been expanded on from the original version. It didn't feel out of scale. From our point of view, we got through it far too quickly, which is I think it's half the reason why we've had issues with getting people to stick with maps. You know, last year we spent 9 months on the Valley of the Old Farm. 9 months. And at that point, there were people on daily doing stuff. This we've got, I think it's close to 400 hours on the server for this map between us all. There's There will be new maps, there will be better maps coming out, but it's just really tough finding that map with that soul. Hence why we've come back to this. And there is an XL version of this. So there's a version of this out which has got extra fields around the outside. So has been made larger. That may be something that I'd be interested in looking at if we were going to carry on. So almost set up a new yard. So don't necessarily copy what we've got here. In having everything where it is, so set up something new, maybe a different area of the map, just try and just shake things up a bit, and either start from scratch again or just start with all the fields we currently own and then just look at buying all the fields on the new map. It's just nice spending a bit of time on one field. I do like that. As I said, it's been nice using the small equipment that we've been using on Crayback, but it's nice to get back into the large stuff. And don't forget, this week, well, next week, should I say, being the Jubilee Bank Holiday, there'll be a couple of extra streams on Thursday and Friday lunchtimes. Friday lunchtime's going to be flight. I'm going to be taking the BAE 146 on a flight from Innsbruck to somewhere. There will be some more farming over the weekend, next weekend. But I'll post the full schedule in the Discord later today. Tuesday and Wednesday, Steam in Train Sim World 2. 2 nights of that. Next Saturday will be Steam in Train Sim Classic. So a steamy trains week. Really round that corner off rather than do that. Oh well. Right, so we can make our way back round. So 44% full. Tractor and trailer over there. Our other tractor and trailer are there. When in Rome, do as the Americans do. Indeed. Yeah, I do 2 train streams a week. Wednesdays is Train Sim Classic. Saturday lunchtimes normally Train Sim World 2. I've got the Steam route for Train Sim World 2 now. I can release. I can pre-record content ready to go out on release day, but I'm waiting. I haven't watched any content on it. I haven't fired it up. I'm waiting till the stream on Tuesday night so I can see it for the first time, as you lot see it for the first time, and learn the trains, look at the route. So doing that Tuesday and Wednesday in Train Sim World 2. Say Thursday will be, I might do some firm bus. I haven't done any firm bus for a while, so I might do some firm bus Thursday lunchtime. Something multiplayer Thursday night. Friday lunchtime is going to be flight. May do some American.
Oh yeah.
American trucking Friday night. Saturday lunchtime will be Steam in Train Sim Classic, and something Saturday night, and then next Sunday lunchtime more farming. So loads of stuff to come. And Pepper the Cat, thank you very much for the follow, and Nuka Days, thank you very much for the follow as well. See, I don't know if any other multiplayer guys are going to jump on and join me today. Being a Sunday, when we have done this before, a lot of them will go off and have Sunday lunch. I know one of them said he wouldn't be, or two of them have said they won't be on anyway. But it's fine. I shall be here by myself if nobody else will join me. And we'll come back and do some more Power Wash Sim at some point next few weeks. And I really want to do some more Railroads Online. So we've got so much stuff I've got to finish. I want to do some more Cooking Sim. I want to do some more Railroads Online. We've got to finish off the levels in Surgeon Sim. I've got a couple of other games I've requested that look quite interesting. So we've got those to do. That's cool, Ethan. Yeah, that's 4 weeks' time. I will put a reminder in a Discord again each week. I'll do that later today. So it's not just about the bus thing, that's going to be a plus, but the fact it's the British Motor Museum as well. I haven't been there for a few years, so looking forward to getting back there. Hopefully it's a nice day. 2nd of July, so probably be raining. Right, there's our trailer. Can we get around there? How far can we go? How low can you go? Definitely relaxing way to spend a Sunday morning. No, the one at Gaydon, Warwickshire. The 2nd of July, it's not only you get access to the Motor Museum, but it's also a historic bus fest, which can be quite interesting as well. Beauty's just too overpriced now. It's ridiculous. And we'll see how July goes. If anybody turns up. I still want to do the York Railway Museum. I think I'd probably go by train for that one. Warning, this combine is reversing. No, don't turn it off, you donut. Alright, round we go again. Yeah, I think I would transfer into London. That's what makes it expensive. It's 4 and a bit hours, I think, driving wise. So it's not bad. But it's a long way. I wouldn't mind the drive there, but by the time you wander around all day, it's then the drive back, isn't it? Whereas just to get on a train and chill, it'd be more expensive, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with July. At the moment, I think we got 3 people. Have a community of 400. 3. I'm going anyway, so makes no difference to me. And I'd love to do an agricultural show to look at this stuff in real life. I think it would be really cool.
Oh yeah.
And Hattie, thanks so much for the follow. So yeah, stream change over the next week. Normally do OMSI on a Tuesday. That's not happening this week because doing Steam in Train Sim World 2. Starting back next week. And Train Sim Classic and Train Sim World 2 are swapping days. Yeah, I've been watching content on the Elizabeth line. I think I would like to do it. But I think I'd like to do it when it's complete and fully open. Yeah, ploughing demos with old like TWs and stuff like that. That'd be so cool. Might have a look in sort of September time, see what's on. Yeah, because at the moment you've got to go in and out of Paddington, haven't you? Right, 34% full. Field's getting smaller. That's, well, the field isn't getting smaller. The area of crop I've got to combine is getting smaller. If the field was getting smaller, there'd be a whole different issue. A break in the space-time continuum. Still didn't round that corner off, did I? Do that again. So yeah, I may change things up on the streams. You know, we're doing Flight on Friday. I would like to stick it back on the schedule, not weekly, but maybe fortnightly. So maybe OMSI goes to fortnightly, and we do a Flight once a fortnight. Farming was 2 days a week. It used to be Thursdays and Sundays, but say because of a lack of interest from our side, we dropped it back to a Sunday. But if you know new things happen and things pick up, and we can change it up again. Train Sim and Train Sim World 2 are certainly staying as they are. I really like spending time in both of those. And I thought, because we was going to make this the penultimate multiplayer farming stream, I actually thought about starting again on my own. Just starting out my own farm, a few bits of equipment, and just doing a single player farming stream, farming, you know, series. But it looks like we're keeping the multiplayer server. I just find this so relaxing. And I do miss it. You know, with work and life and streaming 6 days a week, I just haven't had the time to come on between streams like I used to. We used to stream it, and then we'd come on a Sunday night and a Monday night off stream. I just haven't had the time. And I think it's the same with everybody else. But every time I come back into this, I miss it. You know, the other Christmas, I spent 7 hours on Christmas Day just chilling on the farm. It was awesome. So we'll see if we can get this field turned over today. It's going to take us a little while longer to get it harvested. I've forgotten what fertilizer spreaders we've got on this farm, because it's been a little while since we've been on it. Thankfully I kept the save game. I kept it on the server. Right, 81% full. We should be able to get a little bit further around towards the trailer this time before it's full. Hi, Hawklin. We're going to fill the trailer before we finish this field as well. Probably get a couple of trailers out of this. I don't necessarily need the money, but we might need stuff for the animals. If we are going to carry on with this farm, then I don't think the animals have been looked at. So we're probably going to need stuff for those. Actually, I'll have a look when we stop in a second. I'll have a look and see what the animals need. No, just me, Hawklin. All by myself today. Which is why I started early. Right, let's look at the animals then while we're doing that. So we've got a rooster. Okay. Chickens got no food. Cows got no food. Yeah, that's not good. Sheep have got some food. Pigs, they've got some food. So the pigs are doing okay. The cows need food and the chickens need food. This is different. What, me on my own? Yeah, everybody else doing other stuff. I did post last night that I wouldn't be streaming today. And then woke up this morning feeling slightly better, so decided to stream. So they may have all made plans last night thinking I wasn't streaming. Alright, trailer's 70% full. I might get another load in after this one. There we go. And around we go again. Oh, don't turn it off, you donut. Yeah, it's certainly nice to be back on Elmcreek. It is a great map. I do like our yard. So if we were to carry on with maybe the larger version of Elmcreek, then it could be quite nice just to redo the yard. You know, we said when we went to the small equipment, it's nice just to have, you know, a combine, but it is also quite nice to have choice. So to have big combines or have sizes of combines, you know, back on the Valley of the Old Farm in 19, we had 14 different combine harvesters at the end. But it was nice. It meant that you could, from a streaming point of view or a gaming point of view, you could go, nah, I'm doing that one for a while, I'll take that. You know, we've all got our own farm, we've all got our own tractors, but we've also got farm tractors that anyone can drive. So hence the JCB over there in front of me that I've grabbed. You know, there's multiple trailers, we've got multiple bits of equipment. It is quite nice to have all the equipment. Yeah, see you, Mr. Rock-On. But, you know, what we were doing in Crayback before this, working up from the small equipment, was also nice. And as I said earlier on, I think the balance in this to keep the playability is to start a farm that's got some large fields but have small equipment. What we did with Crayback was we were on a farm with small fields and small equipment, so it didn't take that long to do a field. So we ran out of stuff to do. Whereas something like this, where you've got, you know, lots of different sized fields, and some like this one where you can link two together and get really big fields, even when you're starting out with small equipment, it takes you a long time to harvest them, and I think that keeps the interest going. So you've got, you know, like fields over there that with a small combine it might take you 10 minutes to harvest it. You know, it might take you 40 minutes to turn it over completely. Or you could jump on this with a big combine, and, you know, so far we've been going, what, nearly an hour? And I've still got all of that to harvest. So you're probably talking a couple of hours to harvest it, 3 hours maybe to turn it over. So it's quite nice having that balance of small equipment, small field, big equipment, big field on the same farm. And I think, you know, if we were going to carry on with this map, for example, I think we need to set ourselves maybe a monetary goal. You know, we've got 1.8 million in the bank. You know, if we were going to carry on and just turn fields over, can we get that to, I don't know, 100 million? Set ourselves a goal financially. Because although we've got production, and production makes good money, you still got to feed production. You know, you still got to put stuff into it. And as I said earlier, production's good, but some of it is a bit unrealistic. We put in the predecessor in 19, we put in the mod Global Company, and we had potato sorters and potato washers and bees and fruit trees, and took it out again because it got in the way of the farming. And I almost think that the production in this, when you take it 2 stages in, gets in the way of the farming. You know, taking wheat to a flour mill, turning it into flour, yeah, I'm okay with that. Taking I'm trying if I still got my production thing up. I might have. I have actually. If I bring it up on screen, there we go. So yeah, that's the production for FS22. So taking wheat to the grain mill and turning it into flour is great. Taking that flour then to a bakery, turning it into bread. You go, okay. Adding in sugar, butter, and eggs and strawberries, and turning those into cakes. It's a bit, I don't know, one step too far for me. The cotton mill, taking cotton to the spinnery and turning it into fabric, not sure. But then taking that fabric to a tailor shop and turning it into clothes, yeah. And then it's the whole taking wood from the sawmill, turning it into planks, and then planks to a furniture factory and turning it into furniture. Look, what? No. So some of it does go a bit too far, I think. No, I haven't seen anything else on the production stuff. And as I said earlier, because there's been a lack of interest from within my community for people on the multiplayer farm to continue with the multiplayer farm, I have been looking at new mods. It used to be a daily thing for me. I'd be looking at new mods, what's out, what's new, what we can add to the farm, what's going to make it better, what's going to be enjoyable. And because everybody else hasn't been interested in doing it, I am bothered. So, you know, if we carry on with it, then looking at stuff like that could be good. I realise now I'm getting further and further away from my trailer. So yeah, production, I'd quite happily not do it. Yeah, thanks, Alfred. I'll have a look after the stream. Yeah, people's priorities change, and I think it's almost a case of, from everyone's point of view, that because no one else is going on, no one goes on. Right, 99% full. Right, let's go and empty this. I said when we first started doing this last year, people were on every day. There was someone on, you know, early in the morning, in the evening, overnight. People were on. You know, you look at the server and you'd be like, wow, there's always someone on. When we did it a couple of years ago, we had one of the guys in the community that spent 24 hours straight, non-stop, on the farm. Didn't come off because he just went from doing one thing to another thing, and time just got away from him. Right, trailers 92%, 93% full. Right, so that's full. We've still got stuff in there. The first game I ever did an all-nighter on, I think it was Transport Tycoon. Right, let's take this back to the farm then. We'll cut across that field that we never finished last time. Yeah, the first game I did on lighter in was Transport Tycoon. The second one was probably the original Settlers. Alright, train's gone, so we just nip across the barriers. There we go. As I said, this is, in the last probably 12 months, this is the only game that I have played off stream. Every other bit of gaming I do is either recorded for YouTube or streamed. with this as being an exception, because we used to come on a Sunday night and a Monday night off stream and do some farming. Alright, so unload that. See, it's that audio that you get from the trailers I just absolutely love in 22. One of the reasons why I couldn't go back to 19 is the audio. Right, back out of the yard. Back down to our field. See, I miss adding new mods. I miss adding, having new equipment. This original draw was to complete the map, which we've done. We own every field on the map. Production was a big part of that, though, because we were making stupid money from production. You could go and do a production run, pick up stuff that was just ready, and you'd earn 100 grand just by going and pick up some stuff. Well, more than that, you'd earn 100 grand just for picking up, like, cakes and clothing, which meant it was too easy to make money. Right, let's go and fire that up. There we go. So empty that. Alright, go back up to this corner of the field, because we did the whole of that side down there. And go. Right, around we go again. It shouldn't take too much longer, I don't think, to finish harvesting this. So this is one of the only a couple of games that we do as a community that I can quite happily do, and I think it still works in if it's just me on my own or if there's multiple people. I think this, flight and trucking all work solo or multiplayer. Because they're just all so relaxed, which is quite nice. And it would be a shame if we gave up on the multiplayer farm. I said I was going to carry on with something single player if the multiplayer farm was a no-go. And to be honest, I would have probably just done this map. I would have created a farm, got some equipment, a couple of combines, a couple of tractors, and just started turning fields over myself. it's certainly going to be interesting now to see what happens in FS24. You know, this has been out, what, over 6 months now? So we're only 18 months away from the next one. So it does make you wonder what the next thing is going to be. I just hope that they don't detract too far away from farming. Doesn't mean I can have a tractor with your name on it. Yeah, I'd like to see more crop types. That would be my thing. The easier ability to do various crop types, to just try and keep it interesting. You know, don't do the production thing, focus more on the farming thing. One thing I'd like to see is a bit more immersion into the machinery. So having to have equipment serviced. So you've got the maintenance bar. Well, you go to the shed and it just repairs it. Well, I think it'd be quite cool if you had to book it in. So you called out a service engineer and they came out and repaired it. So you parked your vehicle somewhere, and then I know a service vehicle arrived, and then your vehicle was out of action for a few days, so you couldn't use it. So if you didn't do the maintenance, your vehicle broke down technically, or had to wait parts. Or if it did break down, you know, your maintenance gets to the end, it breaks down. You then have to call a service vehicle out. Maybe you wouldn't see that service vehicle on the field, but your equipment was out of action for a period of time, as would happen with a real farmer. Or you'd have the ability to tow something back. So if your combine broke down, you'd have a way of being able to take off the header, get that out of the way, and then tow the combine. Some sort of, I don't know, a low loader that you could winch the equipment up onto, take it back to the yard, drop it off, wait for maintenance. I think things like that would be quite interesting. And yeah, the whole grapes thing, Hawklin, you know, grapes just don't work in multiplayer. And olives. And that was another big feature. Even if they did work, I don't think it's something I would do. I'm not a fan of the whole vines thing. The small tractors are interesting. The harvesting model isn't great. You know, you've got the collision with the fences to worry about. Again, a really big feature that I don't think is just part of this. Same thing with the horses. I don't think horses should be part of Farm Sim. Not to the scale we got to ride the flipping things. You know, that should be Ranch Sim, not Farm Sim. So I almost think that they focused on too many things and not the right things. So forget production, forget olives, forget grapes, forget horses. You know, if you're going to focus on animals, do it right. If you're going to focus on farming and this aspect of farming, do it better. You know, we had a mod in 19 that was awesome, that let you buy used equipment. Why not? Because there's so many servers in this, and multiplayer, online multiplayer is such a big thing. Why not have the ability to be able to sell your equipment, but also then when you're starting out, to be able to buy someone else's equipment? You know, a farmer wouldn't start out with brand new equipment, you'd buy second-hand equipment. So why not have the ability to buy second-hand equipment? I know you've got the sale thing in the shop where some things come up for sale, but if you're starting out on a farm, you know, I'd love it to be able to start out with a really old second-hand harvester that may not be great on maintenance, that may not look fantastic, that's got a lot of hours on it, but you use it on your farm when you're starting out to a point where you can afford to buy your own harvester, then you sell it, and then someone else that's starting out would then buy your old harvester. So you could have a harvester there with, you know, thousands and thousands of hours on it, but lots of people then get to use that equipment to start their adventure into farm sim. I think that's cool. You know, you buy a second-hand tractor, you wouldn't buy new. So to start out your own farm, you'd have multiple bits of kit that someone else has sold. I think that's great, because it means that then it's not so easy. So another thing for you to aim for then, for making money, is to get new equipment. You know, we started out with the smaller equipment, we started out with medium tractors, etc. Not so much with this farm, I don't think. But with lesser equipment, you've got to have a goal, you've got to have something that makes you want to do that field. So if it means that you end up buying the cheapest tractor you can and have it struggle, it means you're going to be wanting to go, well, I do need to turn that field over because I want a better tractor. And, you know, I need to buy another field, which means I need to work harder in that second-hand tractor. You know, things like that, I think, would just make the game more playable. I say that mod in 19 that gives the option of buying something used or new, we bought everything used. You got it cheaper, it was slightly worn, but it was great because it had hours on it. It felt as though it had come from someone else. You know, I bet if I looked now, if I look in the sale, what have we got? A trailer, we have got a combine, 55% off, and a cultivator. That's it. So have an online marketplace. I think that'd be quite cool. Say, have breakdowns. You know, have a, I don't know, a parts place. So if your header breaks, you've got to go online to a shop and buy a part for your header. It wouldn't necessarily be every part, but, you know, tyres. Have tyre wear. Have more of a maintenance thing for each vehicle. So, you know, you've got to have the engine serviced. You've got to have belts changed. So most farmers, you know, pre-harvest will have an inspection done. So, although we turned off that aspect of seasons, you can have it, I don't know, so that when that service spanner went down, you've got to inspect certain bits of it. And from a budgetary point of view, you would then go, well, you know, a bit like it used to be in like some of the old rally games. You've got a certain amount of money to spend. You've got to focus your attention as to what needs doing. So do you change the tyres this year? Do you service the engine? Do you service the header? You know, you've only got a certain amount of hours. So make it more of a farm management thing as well, rather than the whole production thing. Yeah, but it's having that turn it off, turn it on. And I know this is really good on console, and I started out playing Farm Sim on console, so there are certain things that you couldn't necessarily do because of how far you want to go into console. But maybe have it as a DLC. I don't know, I'm just spouting off ideas. You know, a DLC for Farm Sim would be farm management or vehicle management. So if you wanted it, you bought it as a DLC. If you didn't want it, you don't have it. I think they should have done that with production. I think it should have been a production DLC. so that if you want it, there you go, you can buy it, it's there, it's a production DLC, off you go, fill your boots. If you don't want it, here's farming as you've always had it, as you've loved it. We've improved audio, we've improved visuals, off you go. And I think you would have kept everyone happy. Yeah, maybe not have it as, you know, an expensive DLC, but people want it, they can have it. If they don't want it, they don't have it. If they put it in and don't like it, remove it. I just think, you know, all the years and all the hours I've got in all the various farm sims, you know, yes, they've ticked some boxes and stuff that we've been asking for. Audio's better, visuals are better, certain things have improved. But I think you could go another way. They could have gone away from production. I don't know why they put production in, because Global Company was so popular in 19. They're looking at the mods that people are downloading, and by their popularity going, well, that's what people want in the game. So they looked at production and went, well, we can add that in the base game then. And it's good, but from our point of view, as I said, it makes it too easy. If you want to farm and just make money, great, production's there, go for it. But it stops you spending time on the fields. And I think it could have been a separate entity. Yeah, audio, huge improvement. I love the audio in this now. You know, the fact that you can hear the clanging of the tines on the header. When you're towing a trailer, you can hear it clattering away behind you. When you empty a trailer, you hear the trailer close. Audio's the big thing. Visually, you know, they've got these particle effects now on the stuff coming out. That's a huge improvement. I love the detailing on the equipment now. That's a big improvement. And seasons, having seasons integrated into the game. You know, the way this looks in autumn is stunning. So the visuals and audio effects are the biggest pluses for me. We've still got audio issues. Well, actually, I don't know. Since the last update, they may have fixed those. But we still have moments where if there's too much audio going on, you get no audio. So it just goes quiet. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything that I've wanted. I think things like, which has a mod for, that doesn't seem to work in multiplayer, manual attach. I think that could be built into it. So you've got to get out of the vehicle and connect shafts and cables, etc. You know, and they could go one step more, again, have it as an optional thing, but have the energy of you be a factor. You know, a farmer isn't going to run days and days and days. You don't need to sleep. You can just keep going and going and going and going and going. You don't need to sleep at all. So maybe have as an optional thing your health. So do you have to eat? Do you have to drink? Do you have to sleep? So again, have it so you can turn it on and off. But I think, you know, spending 3 or 4 hours in game time sat in a combine, you'd want to be eating. I don't know, it's, you know, I'd like to see it more of a person / farm management thing. And then could you go one step further with maybe the whole production thing? So I don't know. If the map was bigger, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. What if the map was in an area like here where you've got a town? So you wanted to do farming, great. But you could also have maybe another aspect to it, so that it wasn't necessarily someone joins your farm. You can have a co-op. So if someone just wanted to come on, wasn't interested in doing the farming, but wanted to join your farming world, that they could come on, join your co-op, and their aspect of it would be to just do the production. So they would come and collect crop from your farm, go and take the production, do the production, and you'd benefit from it, but they wouldn't be working for your farm. They would buy the crop off you. They'd then go and make money from just doing production. So it was a separate entity to the same world. Yeah, AI workers, something I've never used. Well, say that when I first started out I used them, then quickly got bored with them. We don't use them in the multiplayer farm. People have asked over the years about starting out in farm sim. My advice has always been, don't use AI workers, because it makes you too lazy. Because you end up going, oh, that needs combining, I'll get an AI to do that. That needs cultivating, I'll get an AI to do that. That needs fertilizing, I'll get an AI to do that. And you end up just being someone who just watches AI workers do everything. Or maybe you just do the carting. My advice has always been, do it all yourself. And if you are waiting for crop to grow, sleep. But do everything yourself, because it makes it as though you're doing the work and not you're relying on someone else to do the work. I know in real life farmers do employ contractors to do fertilizing or harvesting, so you will employ an outside source, and I get that. But why have the ability to do it in this and get someone else to do it? You're just watching someone farm then, aren't you? But yeah, there's lots of things I'd like to see in this, and lots of ways I think you could keep it fresh. I'm disappointed in the DLCs we've had out. We had the, whatever it was, the farming bloody chef thing, Chef Boyardee mini tractor things. That was a disappointment. You get the AI harvesting while you're carting and baling. I get it. You know, single player, you know, it's your it's your farming. You do what you like. But I personally, when I got sucked into that, I was eventually getting the AI to do everything. I'd rather do everything like this. I could have got the AI harvesting this, but I quite like having the satisfaction of doing it myself. Even if it has taken an hour and a half so far to harvest this field. What, Chef Boyardee? The name of the mini tractor things, the Antonio Banderas, whatever it was, tractors that got brought in as a DLC. Well, actually, that's quite a good way of thinking of it. Have your kids out there working in the field while you're doing everything else. Yeah, I get that. And again, I'm not knocking anybody that uses AI. Well, stream freaked out for a second then. Yeah, I'm not knocking everybody that uses AI. I'm just saying people have asked my advice on how to get started. And my advice is, don't use AI. You know, we can't use AI on this multiplayer farm. We haven't got the ability to. So we have to do everything ourselves. Yeah, I think when this released, I think Giants completely underestimated how popular it was going to be, and how many people would get into it. You know, I've been doing this online since 17, and this has been the most popular one as far as I think people playing it, people enjoying it. From our point of view, people wanting to get involved in it. Well, actually saying, no, being honest, from our point of view, people wanting to get involved in it, it's been our least popular. 19 was more popular than this. But it's great that it is so popular. Well, I think that's because you're in the suing mentality of an American, Hawkland. Oh no, I've burnt my lip on a McDonald's apple pie. I'll sue McDonald's. Rather than don't be such a donut and wait till it cools down. Yeah, I said earlier about maps. Because we had, I can't remember the name of the map. Calmsden. We went onto it, and the scaling was so bad because it was a map from 19 that was ported into 22. And because there's a scaling difference on the vehicles and equipment in 22, they're bigger, that they just don't work. So the only decent maps for 22 are ones that are designed for 22. Yeah, my favourite map for Farm Sim is the one we spent 9 months in last year, and that's the Valley of the Old Farm. That is just absolutely awesome. I cannot wait for it to come out in this, which hopefully it will at some point this year. I loved Goldcrest in 17. We did, I think Oakfield we did in 17. That was really good, but I think Goldcrest was the one we spent the most time in. So we went back to that in 22. It just didn't feel the same. Now, Oldstream, if you're looking for a map to do in 22, we recently did Oldstream for 22. It's so good. It's the original Oldstream farm, but bigger. So they've actually added fields to it, and it's really nice. Really, really nice. We completed it a couple of months ago. Didn't like Sandy Bay. A waste of a map because it's just all sea. Yeah, Oakfield was good. Yeah, well, that's why we liked the Valley of the Old Farm, because it's done by the same people, Black Sheep Modding. And the Valley was fantastic. So we spent 9 months in FS19 on that last year. And it was just awesome from start to finish. Right, so we're nearly done harvesting this. So someone suggested the other day when I said we were going to stop doing the multiplayer server and multiplayer streams in this, that go back to 19. I just don't think I could because of the audio and the graphics in this now. I said, we'll see. I've got some ideas about doing something in single player. We may have another push to see if we can get more people interested in multiplayer. Because at the moment we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us that have got access to the multiplayer server. One hasn't been on in about 4 months. One comes on once a month or so. And then there are just 4 of us, 3 of us that come on just for the streams, and one that comes on a couple times a week. Yeah, in 19, we had points where we had too many of us on the map.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the follow. So yeah, we're doing more farming next week. I said it was going to be our final farming stream, but we've had discussions this morning about keeping the server going. I think if we stuck with Elmcreek, whether we give ourselves a financial goal to give us a reason to carry on. So when we ended last time, we harvested a lot of fields and didn't reseed them. So there's a lot of work to do to get all these fields back to a point where they're growing again. So the animals are partly dead. So if we did carry on, we got a lot of work. Not subs. It's a Discord server. The only thing with people that are interested in is that that's all I ask, is that you get to know us, get to know the community, share your own farm, screenshots, etc. Because it's the one sim that we do in the week that we do take relatively seriously. You know, we all clean equipment. Well, we use equipment, we clean it, we put it back where we found it. You know, we've had people in the past that will come on and then just abandon stuff on a field, not put it back, not clean it, you know, dump stuff in rivers, which is why it is slightly tough to get people to want to join us. They don't allow Americans. No, we had an American years ago when we were doing 17 and 19. I think he was on a lot. 100. So yeah, a couple of times we've opened it up to people that might be interested in joining us. We had a couple of guys join over Christmas last year, and we're on quite a bit over Christmas. And then, you know, life gets in the way, things happen, and they just don't have the time to carry on. And I get that. You know, a couple of the youngsters are currently going through exams, so they're not on much. Right, let's unload this, see if we can get the last bit of that off of there. So it's been the same why we're doing less of the multiplayer stuff we used to do, you know, golfing with friends, Wreckfest, Forza. We're doing less of it because there's less people to join in. Now, I'm going to be precocious because that's the mood I'm in today. So CH4 MP1GNON, thanks very much for the follow. I really love Wreckfest. You know, I don't have an issue with renting a server, but you've got to have enough people. That's like with Forza. You know, only getting 5 or 6 people for Forza 5 isn't enough. you know, golfing with idiots or golfing with friends, you really need 8 people or 7 or 8 people to make it more fun. We haven't got that. And we've had no one else in recent months sort of join the community and stick around. Which is why it ends up being the same regular people on the streams. You know, I'd like to do some more Day of Infamy. Railroads Online. I thought a few people in the community might have liked it, bought it, and we could have done some multiplayer in that. Nope, just me. Which is why I've been doing a couple of more single player streams. You know, the 2 train sim streams a week. Wednesday and Saturday lunchtime. Thursday, this last couple of weeks, I've done House Flipper. So multiplayer streams on a Tuesday, Friday, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. Apart from today, where it's just me. Alright, so we've nearly finished harvesting this. Will we get time to seed it? That's going to end up being a weird shape. See, I kind of missed doing, during the lockdown, I did some early morning farming streams, which are actually quite nice, just coming on and just chilling and chatting to you lot early in the morning. Okay, mukbang. And I do like this for that. It's just so chilled. It's quite relaxing as well. Quite calming. Go. Final little odd-shaped bit. So we'll load this back up onto the trailer down there. Take it back. Then what I might do is come back with that trailer, see if we can load our tractor and trailer onto it as well. So that's taken what, about 1 hour and 40 minutes to harvest that with our largest combine. Right, let's take that back to there then. Empty this into the trailer. Oops, left my tractor running as well. Right, let's take this back down there, fold it up while we're on the way. So put the header back on the header trailer, put the combine back on the low loader trailer, take that back to the farm. I'm going to bring the low loader trailer down here and see if I can get my tractor and trailer on it. What can possibly go wrong? There's a tree there. Watch out for the tree. Uh-oh. Hang on. Hang on. That's going to get caught on there, isn't it? That's a thing. Let's just put... I've now got the... Okay. No, okay. There we go. No, we did it. Problem is now that tow bar's moved because I've got to line the trailer up with it. I'm going to have to now attach to this, if I can, put it straight. Go, unattach, drive that up on there. Right, get back in this. Put the ramps up. Tension belts on. I'll reverse this up to the header trailer, hopefully. There we go. Right, so that's all attached. So you've got the header trailer behind the... that's quite long. Right, now we take this back to the farm. Yeah, little JCB certainly getting a workout. Oh God, he's going uphill now. This could be interesting. I've struggled to get trailers up and over this thing before. Yeah. The trailer's ground out. Okay. God, now I've got to try and reverse it. So we can't go this way. Because we can't go up over that bridge, so we have to go back the other way. Okay, slight detour. Oh God, 40 mile an hour. This doesn't seem dangerous at all. It seems fine. Mind the gap between the tractor and the scenery. Mind the gap. Okay, so we've got past this field and in that way. Which is the way we came down. So up here, see I've got that steep bridge to deal with. Yeah, not a hazard on the road at all. Uh-oh. Yes. Okay, we'll stop. Hi, Scully. Right, so we've got to go back up to the main road, turn right, come back in, go down the ramp. So we've got to take the widest turn that we can in and out of the yard. Thankfully, we got the AI traffic turned off, so there's no one else driving around. Okay, that's not going to work, is it? Ooh, that's only just. Right, down here, down there. Right, back into here where we picked it all up from. So if we detach the back one, pull forward. Lower down the ramps on that. Reattach that, like so. Go and give it a clean. That's definitely a filthy combine. And clean the header as well.
Oh, yeah.
Juristic pack. 3. There's an underscore in there as well. Thank you very much for the follow. Right, that's done. Okay, so that's clean. So let's go a lap around again. Park this up.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a name. Thanks for the follow as well. Let's take this back, drive this through. So drop the header off. So header's nice and clean. Park the combine up. So that's ready to use again. Let's run back to that tractor and trailer, and let's go back and see if we can load on the full trailer and the other tractor onto this and bring that back. So up with the thing, and then we'll see if we've got time to whip round and fertilise and at least sow that field. Hello, dear. Okay, back to the field then. Maybe I'll just cut across this one and go across that little bridge now. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. No, we're okay. Wasn't a train coming, really. Yeah, I should really do some more bus mechanic as well. I haven't done that in a while. So many games, not enough time. Doing good. Nice relaxing at least a nice relaxing Friday then. Nice relaxing Sunday. Right, is this thing going to fit up on here with a full trailer? That's the question. It might, if I can get my tractor right at the top. Or no. Oh my God. Okay. Ah. Yeah, we've got Thursday and Friday here as bank holidays. That's it's on there. I don't know how well the JCB is going to like it. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Yep, that did a thing. It's the Queen's Jubilee. So the May bank holiday, we normally have first Monday in May, last Monday in May. They moved the May bank holiday one, which should have been tomorrow, to Thursday and give us an extra day off on Friday. So it's only a 3-day week this week. So we get a Monday, a Tuesday and a Friday. Way! That's what it feels like anyway. Well, yeah, the wheels are a bit sunk into the trailer, but it's pulling it. I should have really put the JCB on the trailer. It's the Queenie weekend, yeah, indeed. So I'll be doing some extra streams on Thursday and Friday. An extra one Thursday lunchtime, an extra one Friday lunchtime. And the Thursday night and Friday night ones will start earlier. That was a lot of braking. Well, it got it back here though. Right, so empty that lot into the silos. If I stop that there, if I can, if the brakes actually do anything. Right, jump in that. See if I can reverse this off of there. Ah! Well, yeah, that trailer works. Okay, right, let's go and empty this into the silo. There we go. And then pop that trailer back. Park that up over here, ready to grab a... Actually, may as well attach fertilizer spreader to it. So that's ready to go. I haven't really found the home for this yet. The trailer, that is. Because I only bought it just before the stream. So I did have it parked up over there, but I don't think there's anywhere else it can go. Actually, I wonder if... Let's try and put it over here somewhere. I'll just back it in on the grass over here out the way. There we go. That's fine. Right, park the JCB up. Amongst our farm tractors. I've still got space for another one in there. Alright, jump back in the Valtra. Alright, and let's go and fertilise that field. Case long nose. Why, are you going to come back and help us out, Trent? I don't know if it's in 22. I hope we don't get killed by a train. So see if we get time. We've probably got another... I could probably go another hour. Let's at least see if we can get this field fertilised and seeded. That would be something. Ignore the fact that this one that we harvested last time... Well, if you look at the map, all the purple ones are the ones we harvested last time that we then never redid. So they've all got to be seeded. And that's what I've just done, 68, 69. So there's quite a lot to do if we're going to carry on with this map. A lot of fields need seeding. Right then, let's get this fertilised. Shouldn't take too long. Forgot how slow fertilizers go. Don't forget, streams coming up after this one then. Back on Tuesday with Train Sim World 2. Tuesday night with the release of their Steam route. So we'll be taking my very first look at that on Tuesday night.
Oh, yeah.
And playing around in a Steam train. More of that on Wednesday night. So Tuesday and Wednesday, Train Sim World 2. Thursday lunchtime, I might do some Fernbus. Thursday night will be something multiplayer. Friday lunchtime is going to be some MSFS. Going to be taking the BAE 146 for a flight from Innsbruck to somewhere. Friday night will again be something multiplayer. Not sure what yet. Saturday lunchtime will be some Train Sim Classic in Steam. Saturday night something multiplayer. And Sunday lunchtime next week more farming. But I may stick in another farming stream between now and then. So maybe Thursday night, may do some farming. Because I've really missed Elmcreek. It's so nice to get back to it. And Jack, thank you very much for the follow. So yeah, we'll get this fertilised and see if we can whip round with a seeder and get it seeded. Surprising how long it takes actually to turn over a field, and I quite like that. You know, 2 hours so far to harvest a field and then start going around fertilising it. And this is probably, I think it is, the biggest field that we had as well. Yeah. So I chose a good one. I think the seeder runs a little bit quicker as well. So yeah, I do farming Thursday night. So some more farming on Thursday, some more farming again next Sunday. So Tuesday, Train Sim World 2, Wednesday, Train Sim World 2, Thursday lunchtime, some Fernbus. Thursday night some farming, Friday lunchtime some flight, Friday night something multiplayer, Saturday lunchtime Train Sim Classic in Steam, Saturday night something else multiplayer, and Sunday afternoon more farming. Because it's really nice being back on Elmcreek. Yeah, I should have got the tow along fertiliser spreader because I'm not going to have enough fertiliser to do this field. We're at 59%. Oops. I forgot how big a field it was. It'll take longer to fertilise, seed, roll, fertilise than it does to harvest. think we're just about not going to have enough to do this. A little bit of an overlap that I could have probably cut down, but it's not that bad. %, left. I actually don't think we're going to get enough time to seed this. Might see if I can go and spend some money. I've got plenty of it. Actually, I could go and put some TMR in the cows. Well, not in the cows. For the cows. So yeah, we'll get it fertilised. Because it's going to take a while to seed it. Just such a relaxing thing to do on a Sunday or any day. Yeah, 22% fertilizer left. Definitely not going to be able to do it all in one go. Should have brought the towable one. I'll go and grab that. I'm going to go and refill. $13, 14%, 13%. Oh, balls. Missed that. Blame me. 360 times? That's far too many times. 8, 7. I'm spinning around. I may as well stop there. Whip back to the farm this way. I may as well just refill this and come back rather than muck around changing. Good to be unfinished this field. Nothing to see there. Didn't really leap off the edge. I do like this yard. After being in those small compact yards we've had recently though, this does feel very big. Almost feels like we've got too much space. As I said, if we ended up moving to a different version of Elmcreek, it would be quite nice to have a more compact yard. Alright, back we go. Finish off that bit of fertilising. Because the yard carries on all the way down there. All the way down there as well. It's a big old yard. So yeah, we've finished fertilising this field. We'll go up to the animals, see if we can chuck some TMR in the cows. See if there's any grain up there we can give the chickens. At least then the cows will start doing their thing. Single player Steve, more of the time. I said earlier, this is, you know, one of the things that I'm quite happy just to doing single player. And I said if the multiplayer farm was to stop, which is what the original plan was, because there's no interest, I wouldn't have given up on farming. I was going to start again in single player and just do some single player farming streams, because I'm quite happy just doing single player in this. Because it's just quite chilled. You know, this flight and ETS2/ATS I think work quite well in single player. which is why I said I'm trying to do more single player. It's weird not hearing crispy rambles. Yeah. I love the multiplayer stuff. You know, the guys that have been part of the multiplayer stuff for years are, you know, awesome. But as I said, a lot of them have moved on, sort of left the community, and the ones that are in now have got life going on. So it ends up being not many of us around to do the multiplayer stuff. So I end up here on my own, which is fine. Right, so that field's fertilised. So we've harvested it and fertilised it. Where's the exit? Over there. Now, I haven't felt myself the last couple of days, so it's actually been quite nice today just to come on and chill. Which is why yesterday's stream finished quite early. Didn't enjoy the trucking stream the other day. No, depression. Right, let's go and fill this up. And then we'll whip down to the animals. I think there's a trailer down there, or there should be. We can go and shove some things in the cows. Go, pop that back in there. Lucky cows, indeed. I do like the fact that all the animals are in one place in this farm. It does feel a bit man-made. That's the only thing with Elmcreek. I love the map, but the yard we've done is very man-made because we just took an empty space and filled it with stuff. You know, some of the other farms we've done recently, you know, having had their own yards, haven't felt quite so man-made. Right, so let's grab this trailer. Open the cover and find out which one of the silos has got the TMR in, because I can never remember. I don't think it's the first one or the second one. I think it might be the third one, might be this one. It's not that one. Let's try the one back here then. It's called a TMR and pig feeder. That would be the clue, wouldn't it? TMR, there we go. Okay, it's sort of missing the trailer, but it's going in. It's a good trick. That's something I wish they'd sort out, Farm Sim. That shouldn't really be going in that trailer, should it? I don't know if that's the fault of the collision box or the box on the trailer. Or if it's a Farm Sim thing. Right, let's give the cows some food. Alright, here we go, cows. Have some food, because you haven't had any for months. So what has that got in them now? Cows, 80,000 litres. Bang, done. So cows are happy. Chickens. So I think there was some grain in there that I can go and get out and give to the chickens. I think the pigs are all right. Okay. I only want straw as well. I think the cows will want straw, otherwise they won't make manure. Wheat. Right, let's put some wheat in there. Go. I'll give that to the chickens. They're going to take all of it, but they've got a load of manure there. There's so much to do on this farm. Right, that's chickens done. So chickens are fine, cows are fine, pigs are fine, sheep are fine. So that's the animals producing stuff. Go and put this back in that silo. Go. And park the trailer back up. I bet there's a load of production as well. Let's have a look. So yeah, chickens are fine, cows are fine, sheep, got some grass, but I could do with some more. Pigs are fine. Okay, so production wise, we've got quite a lot. So that's the TMR. So it's making TMR. We've got quite a lot left, but it does need stuff to make it. Sugar mill's not doing anything. Hay and silage factory needs grass for that to carry on working. Sawmill needs wood. Spinnery has got cotton, so that's producing fabric. Bakery has got everything apart from strawberries to make cakes, but it's making bread, so flour going in. Grain mill is producing flour but needs more wheat or barley or oat or sorghum. Carpentry has got wood, so making furniture. Dairy has got milk and sugar, so we're making butter, cheese and chocolate. The oil mill has got sunflower oil, so making and we've got some olives in there and some canola in there, so we're making some oils. The multi-production factory is making solid fertilizer, and we can make our own seeds and make our own mineral feed. Cereal factory is making cereal, but we need honey for that from the bees. Silage plant is working. The brewery, we're making lots of beer: wheat beer, barley beer, honey beer, strawberry beer. Corn dryer needs corn. Clothing factory needs fabric. We're making furniture. We're making bread at that one. We're making fabric at that one. We've got tomatoes there, strawberries there. Ketchup's being made. I know we need sugar for the ketchup. Strawberries, 75,000 litres of strawberry, and we're making tomatoes on that one. So production's actually doing really well, but there's a lot of work to do. And there we go. It looks like Twitch is being twitchy because I noticed the bit rate's flying up and down. So it's probably a good time to end. All you heard was beer. So yeah, whether we carry on, I hope we do. It all depends on if there's enough interest from us farmers to want to carry on. So we will see. But I'll certainly stream it again next weekend, whether it's a single player or there's any others on. We shall see. I'll give the tractor a clean then before I park it up. And there we go. Plenty of fuel. Maintenance is fine. That gap there is really annoying me. I think we need to buy another tractor before we end. We've got to sell one, but we can do that because we've got a tractor here amongst the tractors for us farmers that isn't being used. But what have we got we can spend some money on? There wasn't anything in the sale. Large tractors. What haven't we got? What would really annoy people that haven't been on? What if I bought one of the tracked ones? Or if I lease one of the tracked ones? Because we all hate the tracked tractors. So if I lease one of those and just park it up and then see if anyone says anything, because we all think the tractors are pointless. So we'll go and bring that over, and I'll soon see who actually then comes on the farm next, as to when someone goes, what the hell's that? Because none of the regulars are going to watch the stream, and certainly won't watch the stream this far. So I'll just park it up and say nothing. I've already leased it. We haven't bought it. I just think they look... I know they are an actual thing. I just think they're ridiculous. Well, those sheds there, they're nothing in either. See, if I was carrying on, I'd have to fill those with something. I don't know what. It's true, you can't get a flat tire. Just look at it. The engine's hanging out over the front of the thing. Right, we just park that there with the rest of the farm tractors. We'll have to end with a bit of pornography before we come off, though. We need to start this. Are we ready? Now without the echo. That's the difference between 19 and 22 right there. Audio. That's the difference. Oh, so good. Even the little Fiat. Get it out. That just sounds so nice. They have completely nailed the audio in this. So good. That's what makes the difference. That's the thing that makes 22 different from 19, is that audio. But there we go. 2.5 hours of chilled out Sunday farming, and I absolutely enjoyed that. That was awesome. Much needed. More farming back next weekend. So thanks to you lot in chat then for keeping me company for the last 2.5 hours. Next stream back on Tuesday night for some Train Sim World 2 Steam. Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Look at the new Steam stuff for Train Sim World 2. Thursday lunchtime back with some Fernbus. Thursday night more farming. Friday lunchtime some flight in MSFS. Friday night something multiplayer. Saturday lunchtime some Train Sim Classic, and next Saturday night something else in multiplayer, and next Sunday afternoon more of this. So plenty of stuff to come over the next week. So yeah, thanks to you lot for keeping me company, and thanks to this lot as well. So to Larwood and Nightbot for doing no moderation, thank you indeed. To Jack, Tickle Scrotum, Juristic Champion, Jay Lennon, Haddy, Nuka Days, Pepper the Cat, and the Ghost Crew for following, and Confused for subscribing. Thank you very much indeed. I will be back then on Tuesday night for the aforementioned trains. Have a great rest of your Sunday and your Monday. Until the next time, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.